Hello gremlins, welcome back to my channel. My name is Saul and today we are going over the books that I read in July as well as a few things and presents that I got as well as what I plan on reading in August. Now, I know that I did say in my last video that I was going to be filming in my car due to like lighting reasons and background reasons. You're looking at this background, it ain't nice, it ain't cute. I have a sheet hanging off of my window and that is my air condition. I'm trying something new. I have my headphones plugged into my phone and my microphone for my headphones is like close to me so you can somewhat hear better what I'm saying instead of the air condition back there, because the air condition is very loud and we don't have air condition in this house in general, so I have to use that to keep myself cold. Otherwise, I will be sweating my balls off in this video. So for the first book that I read in July is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. I have a whole review out on this one. I didn't really care for it. I rated it 3 stars. It's okay. It's not the best. I really love A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I almost forgot the name. That's so sad. And it's one of my favorite books of the year. I was lucky enough to get a copy of this. My wonderful friend Lily got this at BEA and sent it to me, and I immediately devoured it in one night, and I didn't like it. But for those who do not know what A Curse of Dark and Lonely is, it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling about this girl named Harper. She gets stolen from DC, Washington DC, obviously, and gets taken to this fantasy world called Emberfall. And there she went to Prince. His name is Ren, and of course he turns into a beast every season and kills people. This is his last season to find true love, I guess, so he doesn't turn into a beast anymore, and of course it's Beauty and the Beast, you know, kind of what do you expect. But the sequel is very different and takes a very different and dark turn, but it's not good, like it's not written good. So overall, I was very disappointed with this book, not my favorite. I actually just traded this like about 2 hours ago, so this is going bye-bye in a couple of days. I don't have to see you anymore. Thank you, God bless. Lily, I love you for getting this for me, but overall, basura. That's trash in Spanish. The next book that I read in July is Valiant, which I don't know if that's Holly Black's like third book, second book, eighth book. I don't know how many books she's written, and that's a DNF. I do not own that book. I used to own that book. I traded that book because I didn't like it. It wasn't good. I read the first 100 pages and it was horrible. So my July month was not starting off well at all. One of my most anticipated reads was a complete fail, and then a book that I was really looking forward to because I really love Holly Black just was not good. But that thankfully does bring me to this good streak I had in the middle of the month, and the first book for that good streak is A Crown of Coral and Pearl by Mara Rutherford. This book is very good, very unique, and something that I haven't read in YA fantasy in a while. It does have, you know, like a broody prince, but he is an evil scientist and I really love him. He's really evil. I shouldn't love him at all because he's, you know, bad. This is a story about two sisters, and in this world, the prettiest person in this water village that they live in the ocean, so it's an ocean village, not a water village. It's picked to be the princess for the prince who lives on land, who is the evil prince that I mentioned. And the main character, Noor, she wasn't picked originally. Her twin sister was, but her twin sister, something happened to her. I'm not going to tell you what. And Noor has to take her place. Noor ends up going to the castle, meets the prince, and homegirl becomes a spy and a mastermind. And this book just was really good. It's very fast paced. It's about 430 pages, so it's really quick to read. It's really fun, and this cover is beautiful. This does come out this month, August 27th to be exact, so if you're looking for a really fun YA fantasy that is just easy to immerse yourself into, I definitely recommend picking this up. I did rate this 4.5 out of 5 stars because it was really good. It wasn't a full 5-star book just because there were little scenes that were a little rough, but overall a wonderful read. Now, the next book on this list is one that a friend of mine gifted to me. I love you, Chelsea. You know I love you so much. And I really was not expecting much from this book. It easily made its way to my top favorite YA fantasy book of the year, and that is The Stormcrow by Kaylin Josephson. This is so good. It's so unique. It's wonderful, beautiful, never been done before. It's just so fun. This is about a girl by the name, well, she's not a girl, she's a princess. Don't know what crack I'm smoking as to where I don't think a girl's a princess, but oops. Her name is Anthea, and in this world that she lives in, there are magical crows. There are crows for every element, and the people in Rodair, which is the kingdom that she is a part of, rely on these crows very much. There's fire crows, earth crows, water crows, storm crows, and one night an enemy kingdom comes and kills them all, like just dead, gone. Kills her mother's best friend, so really all she has left is her sister, whose sister then becomes queen, and now her sister really isn't running things like she wants it to be run. So Anthea ends up getting sold off, I guess, to be the bride to the prince of the kingdom that just destroyed her whole entire life as she knows it. But on her way to this new kingdom, she ends up finding one final Stormcrow egg, and if she can hatch it, then maybe their kingdom will be saved. Now, this book features just... I love a broody prince who is really just... I love him so much. Erison, you own me. You own my heart, baby. And Anthea is such a well fleshed out YA heroine. This book deals so much with mental health and depression, but it deals with it in such a wonderful way that I haven't seen done before since like Air of Fire and A Court of Mist and Fury. Mental health is treated so well in this book, and it's such a fun fantasy read. It's so wonderful. Definitely my favorite fantasy book of 2019. And also this like front thing, what would this be called? I don't know. The front hardcover is gorgeous. Like, if you should just buy this book alone just for this. If you're looking for just a well fleshed out world and a amazing character, and oh my god, the queerness in this book is out of the world. The reason this made it on my top book of the year is because her best friend is a lesbian warrior guard, and Prince Erison's old best friend is an evil gay captain, and like, it's just done so well. None of it seems forced. Their sexualities are not like the forefront of their entire story. And the final thing that just makes this so freaking wonderful is the fact that the author tells you right off the bat that everyone in this kingdom is brown. They have brown skin. Everyone is a person of color. Thank you for this excellence. I love this book. You need to read it. I gushed about it on my blog. I've gushed about it on Twitter. Gushed about it on Instagram. If you know me, then you know I love this book. Now, the next book on this list is Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kay. I don't know the pronunciation of her last name, and I'm not going to butcher it. Sorry if I'm looking at my phone. I keep getting texts from Noria. Hi, girl, if you're watching this. I loved this book. When I was younger, I was one of the biggest Japanese stan nerds, otakus of all time. I was in anime club. I used to draw a lot of manga. I used to watch all the animes. I took Japanese for a good 2 years. Japan is my dream place to travel. I just love everything regarding Japanese culture, and this book is so beautiful. I received the second book, Soul of the Sword, for a review copy, even though I hadn't read this one yet, so yikes. Even though I requested the second book knowing I had not read this one, not thinking that I was going to get it, but I got it anyways, so I had to hurry up and jump on this. Definitely not going to get much into this one. I did rate this one 4 stars. Sometimes it got a little boring and repetitive. If you love anime, you more than likely will love this book. It's so fun. It's super fast to read. I ended up blowing through all of this in about 2 days, and I am super excited to start the sequel. The rest of the books that are on this list are arcs that I do not own physical copies of, unfortunately, and not unfortunately, because I rated the next 3 books 1 star. The first book on that list is Swipe Right for Murder by Derek Millman. I hated this book. I have a video on the whole book. If you want to watch that, I will plug that in here if I can figure out how to even do that. I'm still getting used to this booktube thing. Like, it's just not normal for me. I'm so used to blogging that I really got to find my way around this platform. This book is a sort of gay Tinder date goes extremely wrong. This young 17-year-old kid, Aiden, ends up hooking up with this 40-year-old dude, and they wake up the next day and the guy's dead, and before Aiden knows it, he is hooked up in this murder plot of people who are looking for him, but he's like not the person they're actually looking for. I was very confused throughout a lot of it. The writing isn't very good, and for an LGBTQ book, the only people in our community who are mentioned are gay men, and at the most, it's just white gay men. There's a lot of talk in this book about queer acceptance and LGBTQ acceptance, but the only people who are brought up are gay men, and it's just, it ain't it, and you're not gonna write a queer novel, a YA queer novel in 2019 and only include gay men. And the gay men who were introduced in this book were all white. So, like, this is just meant for white gay dudes, which I guess there's a lot of y'all. So, if you're a white gay dude who's watching this, this book is perfect for you. Hope you enjoy it. It just was not for me. And the next book on this list is one that I'm very sad to announce that I hated, and that is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. I DNF'd this with my friend Kelsey, and we both hated it. We both DNF'd it. She DNF'd it at 10%, and I stuck it out a little more, DNF'd it at 30%, and just, it is not good. We went into this expecting a masterpiece, as the author himself said. He's been writing this novel for 10 years. And instead, what I got was a, like, fourth graders fun fantasy free time essay that someone has, like, at the end of the day when they've done all their work and, like, they just want to write a quick story for the teacher to read. It's not thought out at all. The writing is terrible. The characters just aren't it. The magic system doesn't make sense. Nothing in that book is good, like, at all. I was expecting to love it because, I mean, it offers queer, Latino men, fantasy elements, magic, phoenixes, but none of it delivered. None of it was good. I myself am not a big Adam Silvera fan. I read They Both Die at the End, about half of it, kind of gave up about halfway through. I didn't give up because it was bad. I just gave up because I sort of lost interest. It's not a bad book. I didn't think the writing was bad either. But then I read What If It's Us, which he co-authored with Becky Albertelli, and that book was it the worst book of 2018? Probably. I think it was the worst book of 2018. It was so bad. Next level bad. Just, ooh, Lord. So I don't know why exactly I went into this expecting to love it. And I don't know why me and Kelsey just were, like, so excited, because we got accepted for the ARCs. We started it immediately. And we DNF'd it immediately. So we played ourselves in the long run. That book comes out in January. If anyone's interested in reading it, like, good luck. And the next book on this list actually isn't an arc. It is a book that I was waiting for about 2 months, because the first book came out 2 months ago, and that is A Feast of Sparks, or just Feast of Sparks by Sierra Simone. And let me tell y'all, that book is just so bad. Next level so bad. Just, ooh. I have a review for that. If you want to watch that, I'll plug that in here. Hopefully I'll plug it in here. It's not good. A Lesson in Thorns is the first book in this 5-book series that is eventually going to be coming out, and that book is phenomenal. It is a masterpiece. It is legendary. I love it to pieces. It is a romance novel about 6 bisexual characters, and it revolves a lot around kinky play and submissives and dominatrixes, and it's just all in the world of kink, but everyone is bisexual, so everyone is just open for grabs with each other, and it's really fun and sexy, and it's new. And then the sequel came out, and she completely ruined her whole entire series with incest and just sexual scenes that involve non-consensual acts. So yeah, like, she just completely ruined her own series. So we love that for her. I mean, people will probably still read it anyways, but she ain't getting my coin, I assure you that. And finally, for the final book that I read this month, it is another arc that I read that I've owned since March, and I loosely buddy read this with my dear friend Mika. That is Dear Haiti, Love Elaine. I'm not even going to butcher these poor authors' names, because I will get them incredibly wrong and I will feel incredibly bad. This book is about a young girl by the name of Elaine. She's Haitian, and something happens at school. She does something that's terribly just inappropriate, and at the beginning of the book, her mother also does something that is terribly inappropriate. Her mother is a very famous newscast lady, anchor, woman. I don't know what the technical term for that is called. And her mother goes back to Haiti after that happens. And then when Elaine messes up at school, her dad sends her to go to Haiti to go live with her mom and her tati. I learned so much about Haitian culture within the first 100 pages of this book. It is so wonderful. It is so well written, or well wrote. I don't know the technical terms. I also, I left Mika in the dust. I don't know how far she is in this. I just know that I just finished it maybe about 45 minutes ago, and I completely loved it. There's a lot of twists and turns in here that I was not expecting from a contemporary novel. Did rate this one 4 out of 5. I did rate this one 4.5 out of 5 stars, because there was a little times when I was like, oof, this just was a little too much, a little too extra, didn't really care for it. But overall, this is a very, very, very good book. This is told in letters, emails, texts, which that is my favorite form of book formatting. There is something so fun about reading a book that is told in emails that I just love to death. So I knew that I was going to love this from the start. As I said already, there's a lot of Haitian culture in here. There's a lot I didn't understand, because obviously I'm not Haitian. I can definitely tell you that it seems it's a very scary place sometimes, but also a very beautiful place majority of the time. I definitely recommend giving this a shot when it comes out September 3rd because it's beautiful. And honestly, why wouldn't you want to own this? I mean, look at the cover. It's a masterpiece. It's like, it's so pretty. And she's a bad bitch. Love Elaine. She did that on the cover. Whoever the artist is, fantastic job. So yeah, that concludes all the books I read this month. I read 9 books, which is kind of shocking. Well, okay, I DNF'd 2 when I actually read 7 books. Isn't bad given how my whole year has been going. I am now 10 books ahead on my Goodreads challenge, so go me. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys some presents that I got this month, what I plan on reading for August, and I will end this. As I already said, I received the Stormcrow as a gift from one of my best friends in the entire world, Chelsea. Thank you so much. I love you. Received the Fairy Loot edition of, ooh, that is shiny. A Curse So Dark and Lonely from my friend Amy. I love you. Thank you so much. You know how much this means to me. It came with so much more. It came with a bookmark, an art print, a signed book plate. But I have that in my hardcover copy of A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is somewhere up there, somewhere, I don't know, I can't see it from right here. But thank you, Ames. I love you so much. And this is so tiny and beautiful, and I will cherish it forever. The next 2 gifts I got are Spin the Dawn and A Sorcery of Thorns, and I got these from Noria. Love you, girl. You know I love you. This is one of my favorite books of the year, and I had to sell my copy for bills, and she graciously gifted me a copy off Amazon, and I love you so much for that because I'm never giving this away now that it's a gift. And we are supposed to buddy read this sometime in August. This is going to be on my August TBR, and I'm just so excited to get into this. The cover alone is beautiful. Overall, I've been blessed with books this month. These are just hard copies that I love. Well, I mean, minus this one. And now on to ARCs and gifts from publishers that I got. I received Reverie by Ryan LaSala, which is a queer fantasy, and that is all I know about it. And it has drag queens, so excited for this. This one doesn't come out until January, though, of 2020, so I have a while before I get to read this. And I also got We Are Lost and Found by Helen Dunbar. This cover is stunning. I want it on a poster and on my wall. Like, it's so simple yet beautiful, and it's supposed to be a queer, I guess, a queer version of The Perks of Being a Wallflower. The back says, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Heartbreaking and uplifting story in the tradition of The Perks of Being a Wallflower about 3 friends coming of age in the early 1980s as they struggle to forge their own paths in the face of fear of the unknown. So I'm incredibly excited to read these eventually, just this one will be later and this one will be this month. The last thing I got from a publisher this month is Soul of the Sword by Julie Kay. Now, I got a hardcover of this and I was not expecting that. I was expecting an ARC or honestly nothing at all. So I cannot wait to dive into this. This teal color, blue color, whatever it is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. And yeah, I've been really book blessed this month. Like, could I truly ask for a better book blessing month since I paid for absolutely none of these? So thank God and thank my friends for these. This concludes my video. I'm done talking. Thanks to everyone who got me gifts this month. I love all of you. Thanks to the publishers who keep pulling through and providing me with ARCs. I hope you all had a great July reading month. Let me know what you read down in the comments. And for now, guys, adios.